By the fabulous Bacon Boys. And I'm making these today for two entirely selfish reasons. The first is purely my own nostalgia. These were a god-tier packed lunch bowl, and I haven't had one since I was about 8 years old, and I wanted to relive some childhood memories. The second is that I thought this would be a very easy video. They are literally just cupcakes.
When I turn around, I always see Momo stepping on my shadow. Leora, are you okay? I'm fine, really. But maybe the PC who just called for help needs you more. Benny, are you alright?
Just like you saw. Cleaned my fabric and now it's filthy again. I smell like fresh mud all over. This place has smelled the same for hundreds of years. But thank you for saving me.
Can you tell me what just happened? Why is that patchy PC chasing you again?
Because I always ruin her schemes. Like my career isn't miserable enough already. I can't find anything else, but somehow I always run into her. Even just looking at her crazy irregular patches makes me shudder. It's as if all my threads are twisting into knots.
Like fabric getting damaged is normal, right? Everyone gets hurt. You even have some stitches on yourself.
That's why I always make sure to cover the tub with bubbles before I get in so I can't see myself. Happy now?
Alright, Benny, back to the case. You told us you caught that patchy PC plotting something?
Exactly. I saw her sneaking around behind that haystack. But before I could get a good look at what she was doing exactly, she rushed straight at me.
Nikki, the scent trail on the suitcase. It's pointing in that direction.
The last time that patchy PC appeared was just before the suitcase was stolen. Now she's here again with the scent trail at Golden Fields. Definitely suspicious. But then again, there's another PC who's always around there too. Benny, might I ask, why did you come to Golden Fields?
You suspect me?
Just a routine question.
Right?
Work. I came to look for potential stars here. And to see the endless sea of wheat. But now I'm in no mood for that anymore. I just want to leave the abandoned district as soon as possible. Sitia is noisy, but at least it's safe. May I go now?
No problem. Thank you for your time, Benny. Hope your luck improves. That feels familiar. Leora, what do you think? You've been quiet this whole time. I'm fine, Nikki. It's just strange. Seeing a familiar PC again after centuries brings back some feelings. A familiar PC? You know Benny? Of course, but he doesn't recognize me now. Actually, I was part of the reason he moved to Golden Fields all those years ago.
What?
Never mind that. It's all in the past. For now, let's track down the missing suitcase. Looks like the scent trail is leading the way. Let's follow it.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that because I want to see. Oh, it really does. I hate it so much then.
Madame Julie's suitcase. This fabric must be from Gordon's experiments, right?
He even left a piece behind. Seems like the thief was really in a rush.
Which means we must be getting close. If we can figure out their next move, we'll catch them for sure. Why are there green trays here? I don't think weed stalks usually get processed here.
Could it be for feeding the birds? Some of my bird friends love this kind of grain, especially spread out and dried. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty tasty to them.
I see. But do other PCs leave the grain here for the birds? Probably not. If other PCs came by a lot to feed those birds, our culprit probably would have been discovered by now. I can't imagine they'd want to hide Madame Julie's suitcase in a risky place like this, especially with so many PCs around. So maybe it's the thief feeding the birds.
Could be, but it sounds so strange. Poisoning the detergent, stealing the suitcase, maybe trying to harm Madame Julie, but they're gentle enough to feed the birds? What exactly are they thinking?
I don't know. Whether human or PC, I suppose someone's thoughts can get pretty complicated. Anyway, these grains are evidence. Let's take just a little bit back with us. Leave the rest for the birds. If they come back for a snack, they'll find something tasty. The scraps of cloth are gone. They only left the suitcase. Did they find out we were tracking it? There's a tear here. Is it a scuff mark? Maybe it was dragged on the ground or rubbed against something rough. Looks like the suitcase was hidden somewhere secret. It's completely covered in dirt. Whether they tried to hide the suitcase or run away with all the scraps, the thief was clearly in a hurry. The suitcase is covered in dirt and has a scuff mark. Madame Julie's gonna feel awful when she hears about all this.
Nikki, how did the thief know we were tracking the suitcase? They just abandoned it and ran off with the scraps. Could it be... that Patchy PC? She did mysteriously dash off the moment we spotted her. Maybe she came here afterward to get the fabric.
That's possible. But maybe the thief heard the noise from our scuffle and decided to run away from the scene. Either way, the thief risked it all to take the scraps, which means their true target has to be Madame Julie's fabric. What exactly is Threadstar up to? The last failure? Could it mean their failed attempt to assassinate Madame Julie?
Could be. Looks like they aren't giving up.
Golden Vision. Maybe that's why they snuck into the Ripple Estate soiree this time. To take Madame Julie's fabric. And what else?
Jeez, these things are... God, these things are skittish.
This looks like Threadstar's ledger. It really was them who stole the suitcase. Let's look around and see if there's anything unusual here. The latest entry says the trades have gone underground. Looks like Threadstar isn't wiped out yet after all. Although their public forces were struck down by the Kingdom Guards, their remnants are still operating in secret, kidnapping more PCs.
They're really persistent. Wait, Nikki! This name rings a bell. Simon. Simon. I feel like I've heard that name before.
Didn't Colleen mention that name?
No, that PC barely talks. Never heard her mention any names.
Right. Then it must be... Oh, it was Tommy! The senior columnist he mentioned. His name is Mr. Simon.
He said Mr. Simon was targeted by strange people, and then he disappeared. Whoa! Threadstar kidnapped him! Tommy would be so heartbroken!
Whether it's for profit or some other reason, they're willing to hurt so many. Unforgivable. Whether kidnapping PCs to make performance costumes or harming those who know the truth to cover up their schemes, their cruelty and evil is absolutely, absolutely unforgivable. Let's keep looking through this. We have to pick up their trail. Mr. Leon rented Threadstar's costumes so many times. I suppose he had no idea those costumes were made from the fabric of other PCs.
Judging by how obsessed he is with art, I bet he didn't even understand what was going on when Threadstar went under.
True. If I remember correctly, Mr. Leon was always a loyal Threadstar customer. He never looked into the power behind the costumes. He just wanted to use them to draw the audience's attention. But just like we saw earlier, these evil costumes not only consume the life of the PCs, but also harm the wearers. I wonder what actually happened to the human that imbued Mr. Leon's fabric with wishes. There are other renters too. Cersei! Leora, it seems like the record here shows the costume you were born from. By the Silver Gale, it really is. Leah! Leah... Could this be... Are you okay, Leora? Does this bring anything to mind? Miss Nikki, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a very obvious patch on me. This purple piece of fabric, right? It... Wait, Leora, could this piece of fabric be... Yes. Since I woke up in the safe, I could clearly feel it belonged to another PC. It's not part of me. It carries emotions and memories that aren't mine. It belongs to... Leah. Only today did I learn her name. But from the moment I woke up, I kept having these dreams. Dreams of a little girl's laugh, a mother's comfort, a sudden separation, and lullabies she sang to herself. Small flower breathes in rose, the dreaming child with secrets glows. Wind blows soft on the ridge, sending our sorrows off the bridge. Those are Leah's memories. Yes, the memories come in bits. I can't see them clearly. I often mix them up with my own past. I dream of going home, but sometimes the little flowers turn into wheat stalks, and the river of Prosperville flows under the bridge. Maybe it's because Leah's greatest wish was to go home. She was just a carefree little girl, but was cruelly kidnapped, taken away from her mother. In the darkness and turmoil, she could only hum the lullaby her mother once sang, quietly comforting herself, hoping her mother would find her at any moment, sweep her up, and bring her home. Maybe it's because of Leah's memories that I've been following this kidnapping case since I woke up, and I've come back to Prosperville once again. Sorry, Miss Nikki. I think I want to spend some time in the wheat field nearby. Hopefully, the scent of the wheat will bring you some comfort. There probably aren't any more clues here, but we still don't know where the thief ran off to.
Nikki, Leora's still in the wheat field nearby. Let's go find her.
Sorry, we stole your stuff.
The heavy wheat bows low with grace, counting grains as winds embrace. Oh wind, please look and see the shining stage, tall towers free. Leora, are you feeling better? Thank you for asking, Nikki. I'm okay. I just remembered some things from the past. Some things from Prosperville? I heard you humming, "The heavy wheat bows low." Yes. Back then, I was a cheerful village girl. I made up this little rhyme myself. I used it in As Rain Falls, As Flowers Bloom, changing the wheat to flowers and grains to seeds. Cersei must have loved running through the waving fields in Prosperville, sitting on haystacks, singing, sleeping with the scent of wheat. Sadly, Miss Nikki, back then, I hadn't yet lost those golden stalks, so I didn't understand how precious they were. I was just tired of my unchanging hometown, dreaming of the big city people talked about. So I stood here often, wearing the outfit I designed. I pretended to be a scarecrow. I called to the wind and birds, hoping to catch news from afar. Like the little sorceress, craving sunny days, but too afraid to face them. A stage wider than any room at home, and spotlights even brighter than the sun. I wanted to see what they truly looked like. By fate's design, as I wore that very outfit, Benny chose me.
Wait, so it was Benny who discovered you. Maybe he isn't unlucky after all.
No wonder Benny returned to Golden Fields this time to scout the next star. He must have recalled Cersei's success back then. Success? Maybe. Back then, Benny was so ambitious, determined to shape the perfect star. He said he'd be my agent, helping me become a great actress and see the bustling world beyond with my own eyes. So I left and never returned. There's nothing wrong with yearning for a distant, glamorous life. I believe that Cersei never meant to leave forever. She just wanted to see another world and explore more possibilities.
Yeah, it was that wicked Threadstar's fault you never came back.
Yes, I don't regret setting out on my journey, but I do regret never knowing which direction to take. Actually, I got tired of entertainment fast. Loud but hollow applauses, suffocating parties. So boring compared to an afternoon lying in the wheat fields. But becoming a star is quite a worthy dream, don't you think so? If I didn't chase that passion, then what else would I pursue? So I never stopped. I understand that. It's like being blown along by the wind, unsure if it's really the direction you want, but by the time you realize it, it's already too late to stop. Exactly. I uncovered Threadstar's plot and was drawn to this new, unexpected force. Then, I searched for the truth. I died, was reborn, and I began to dream. Dreams of wheat fields, dreams of spotlights, and Leah's dreams. I searched for my own dream through countless others. Leah wanted to go home, but what about me? Small birds chirp away. With stalks of wheat they sway. Oh, birds, help me find. Find the sunrise where I began. Find the last of the crossroads. Miss Leora, finding your direction is difficult, and I can't give you an answer right now. I believe that the only way to lay down your burdens and hopefully find your direction is to end all of the tragedy that Threadstar creates. Just like a wild bird, you're only able to fly when you feel the light. Yes, just like... a bird! Miss Leora, since that Threadstar thief once fed the birds might know where they ran off to. Maybe the birds do know the way. Miss Nikki, no matter where I end up, I never want Leah's tragedy to happen to anyone ever again. This outfit has the ability to call the birds. Let's give it a try. After all, we must find that thief. My inspiration came from the wheat fields, and it's only within these fields that this outfit is able to access its full power.
Birds fly, winds reply, bring the answer to Momo nearby. The bird said the PC you fed them was very gentle, but always seemed worried, and kept saying that if they couldn't leave, they would hide in the most unexpected place.
Not gonna get this outfit. Winds reply, bring the answer to Momo nearby. Wait a sec. This Barasant said it saw that PC dash away. It chased them halfway across the ridge, but still couldn't hold them back. That PC comforted the Barasant, saying they would hide where many PCs gathered, and they promised to return with the tastiest grains for them. Birds fly, winds reply, bring the answer to Momo nearby. Wow, the PC talked with the birds about how to hide from predators. They said masking their scent is most important, like hiding in the wheat fields, blending with the fragrance.
So the birds saw that thief. They hid in a secret spot where many PCs meet, and they most likely hide within fragrant depths to mask their scent. And it said they would hide in the most unexpected place. I see. Miss Nikki, where do you think that place is? The Market of Mirth is the busiest place. Could the thief have blended into the crowd there?
But there isn't any fragrance over there. And it doesn't seem like an unexpected place to hide.
Good point. Give me a moment. Could it be Windrider Mill? There's a bathing area there, so it should have plenty of different detergent scents. Also, a lot of PCs have lived there for a long time.
Oh, that makes sense! But Windrider Mill is so bright and open. Where would there be a hidden spot? I have a feeling it might be somewhere else.
Good point. Give me a moment. Oh, it's Ripple Estate! They're about to host the Ripple Estate soiree, so it'll be really busy and filled with new detergent scents that could mask their own scent traces. Where do PCs gather with lots of hidden spots? It must be... the Ripple Wine Cellar! Exactly. The most dangerous place might actually be the safest. The thief must think the Ripple Wine Cellar is the spot we'd least expect.
Wow! Impressive, Detective Nikki! Such a clever thief. Without the bird's help, even if we searched everywhere, we'd probably end up at the estate last, and never think to check there.
Thank goodness for good timing. I'll head back to the Ripple Wine Cellar to confirm their whereabouts now.
But the Ripple Wine Cellar is so complex. If only... If few of us are going, are we actually going to be able to catch them? Nikki, should we ask Jenny for help?
Momo's right. But Jenny and the others need to focus on keeping order at the Ripple Estate and preventing everyone from panicking. Maybe we can ask Raggy and our leader for help. Right now, they're the only ones who know the truth about Julie faking her death. Maybe they'll lend us a hand. Great. They're both very skilled. If we work together, I'm positive we can corner the thief. Leora, let's meet at the Ripple Wine Cellar. The moment is finally here.
Don't worry, Leora. Gordon just reinforced my buttons for me, so I'm feeling super strong. With one punch, I'll make that thief's seams burst wide open!
How's everyone doing? Have all the staff inside of the Ripple Wine Cellar been evacuated to safety? Yes, it's already been cleared out. They said they saw a PC escape through the side door of the Ripple Wine Cellar. The layout of that production track is very complex, so we must be extra careful. No time to waste. Leave the pursuit of the Threadstar remnants to me. Nikki, I'm coming with you. You shouldn't face Threadstar's evil alone.
I'm in too!
Then I'll stay here and guard. If that brat tries to make a break for it, they'll get a face full of fist!
So it's been you all along. Colleen, this time you won't get away.
That makes sense. This squirrely little guy like him to get into tight spaces. So yeah. It's rising.
Taste my fist!
Dang, dude.
nowhere left to run.
Tell us where the fabric is, or do you want to taste my fist again?
Finally, we've got you. Your Threadstar goons have been so cruel to the PCs. Now it's time for you to pay. Spill it! How did you poison everyone? And how did you steal the suitcase? The entire time the suitcase had been stolen, you were with Tommy and Pommy.
Right! Spill it! How'd you pull it off?
Nikki, we've been tricked. Those rascals actually dared to come after us, and they even injured Julie.
So you were distracted.
What? Julie is still alive. No way. But the suitcase thief is here, so who's going to attack Madame Julie? You've got accomplices, don't you? You're not the only Threadstar remnants hiding throughout the Ripple estate. Please don't panic. Madame Julie's only injured. Let's get back to the village.
As for you and your accomplice, shh, shh. Neither of you are getting away.
Right.
Stitching, stitching, endless stitching. Ugh, if only I'd already perfected the immortal fabric.
Immortal fabric? What a crazy idea! I like it, but I don't think I'll be needing it. This little wound won't leave a single stitch mark.
Julie! Madame Julie, are you all right?
Do not worry, my dear. If you ask where I was hurting the most, I would have to say not being able to use the strongest detergent for a while was truly heartbreaking.
You always make it sound so easy. What exactly happened? Who did this?
I'd have to say I was pretty lucky, if it weren't for my friend over there.
Her again. Madame Julie, are you saying that she attacked you?
She saved my life, dear.
Earlier, a swarm of Esslings suddenly appeared in the village. Julie said they were after her. She told our leader to protect the others, then drove the Esslings away. Then, there was some sudden commotion that shook the windows open. I quickly floated over and saw Julie injured, with this PC lying beside her.
Even I couldn't see exactly what happened. Luckily, she was fast and agile. She suddenly darted out from nowhere and pushed me out of the way. Thank you very much, my dear friend.
She actually saved Madame Julie. We never even got the chance to speak with her properly. Who is she really? And what is she trying to do? Gordon, is she badly hurt? Can you fix her?
Of course! Thanks to Julie's Florigel cloth, but...
Nikki, I think she wants to say something.
Chase them!
Hello? What do you mean? Who are you chasing? Don't worry, take your time. You're safe here.
Leah...
Leah? Leora, Could it be that she suddenly leapt at you because she sensed Leah's presence? But how would she even know Leah? Could it be?
Small flower, braids in rows.
The dreaming child with
The mom.
secrets glows.
Wind blows soft on the ridge, sending our sorrows off the bridge.
Leah.
She seems calmer now. I'll try playing this lullaby on the violin. Hopefully, she can rest peacefully in the music and dream without any pain.
She's so much calmer. That's wonderful. Nikki, she's sleeping soundly. Gordon can start examining and repairing her now.
This is just unbelievable. Even I never thought something like this could happen.
What is it? Did you discover something?
This patchy PC. This is utterly mad. I'm still checking, but... Yes, every single piece of fabric on her body comes from the body of a different PC.
That's just like the Thread Star costumes!
Leora has a patch from Leah, so she has Leah's memories. With all of those patches, this PC... She must always be dreaming noisy, chaotic dreams, pulled in all directions by countless voices. Sometimes she might suddenly forget who she is, or why she even came here. No wonder she sometimes seems like a completely different PC. The reason she often talks to herself and struggles to connect with others is that her mind is confused and lost. But why would she do this? Or was she made this way by someone else?
This is so bizarre. I'm afraid we won't figure it out until she wakes up.
And the attack. Only she might have seen the attacker.
Speaking of the attack, that pocket watch she's wearing seems broken. It's stuck at 11:18. Could that be the time of the attack?
That watch stopped long ago. I took it apart while checking. It's full of dust, and the gears are all stuck together.
Then why would she still wear it?
Why, indeed. I'll try removing all her patches so there'll be fewer voices inside her. Then you can talk to her original self without all the noise. This will be such an exciting experiment!
we found out Madame Julie faked her death and finally caught the suitcase thief, I thought we'd have this case all wrapped up.
Right.
I didn't expect another PC would try to assassinate Madame Julie. Luckily, that mysterious Patchy PC was there, or things could have gone really wrong.
Yeah. Even though we still don't know who she really is, or why she's doing all this, we definitely owe her our thanks.
To be honest, with everything going on, I'm feeling pretty confused right now. Detective Nikki, do you have any new ideas?
So far, we've solved the missing journal case and uncovered the truth behind the scraps of cloth in the suitcase. Madame Julie and Leora worked together to fake her death. But so many cases remain unsolved. We never managed to catch who poisoned the Dawn's first light detergent. But now the evidence might be pointing to Colleen being the culprit.
She's the owner of the detergent bar, right? Hasn't she been researching the detergent industry at the Ripple Estate? She probably figured out the secret formula for Super Duper Palmed a while ago with all that digging.
And since she knows more about detergents than most PCs, this poisoning method wouldn't be hard for her. And there's more. We tracked the suitcase and ended up at Colleen, but she didn't actually steal the suitcase. The real thief is probably an accomplice of hers who's still hiding in the shadows.
Look at her, with that top hat and bow tie. I thought she was just a cold but decent PC. Turns out she's a major troublemaker.
Luckily, with Gordon's reagent and help from Leora and Raggy, we managed to trap her. Otherwise, she would have run off with the suitcase into the abandoned district. Why is she so desperate to move the fabric inside? What's her goal? And there's more. If it weren't for Madame Julie and Leora stepping in, we would have never known that all of this connects back to the Thread Star from hundreds of years ago.
Using pieces, too. It's too cruel. I can barely say it out loud. Such a heartless company.
Even though the Kingdom Guard's Operation Starstrike was a huge success, Thread Star somehow rose again. Not only cruel, but also cunning. They're preparing the Golden Vision. Maybe it's connected to Madame Julie's assassination. At least we caught Colleen, found out she's part of Thread Star's remnants, and know she definitely has an accomplice. They're the ones who attacked Madame Julie. She needed help to pull off the suitcase theft. Her alibi back then was just a trick. We underestimated her.
Ugh, one PC did the poisoning, the other one stole the suitcase, and they worked together so smoothly. They almost fooled us. Detective Nikki, who do you think stole the suitcase?
Based on our findings, Tommy was held up by Colleen, and Betty was unconscious. Neither had time to steal it. Leora is Madame Julie's friend. She wouldn't steal it. And Mr. Leon had hallucinations near the scene and had multiple eyewitnesses confirm his innocence. So no suspects there either.
But Colleen didn't have any time either. That only leaves the Patchy PC, right? But she was the one who saved Madame Julie.
I'm a bit confused now. We must have missed some key information. It seems like the Patchy PC's identity and motive might be the key to all this. Let's hope the truth comes out when she finally wakes up.
Wonder how the Patchy PC's doing. Nikki, let's head to Prosper to check on her and Madame Julie.
You're doing so good. Like, no. Yep. Ooh. Scary. That was long. I was distracted. The fuck? Okay, now I have to exit on the blue thing. That's it. booked up there. Okay, I didn't see that. Oh god, I was not gonna make it. Oh, okay. Damn it! Ah, sure. Damn it. Bye. I don't know what.
So that was you?
I just told the guards what's happening. The Red Star's gaining momentum, but I was careless.
Leora, and that patchy PC lady, what are you trying to say?
Hello, Kingdom Guards. I'm Scarlet the Seeker, former Kingdom Guard reporting in.
Miss Scarlet was a member of the Kingdom Guards. She's the one who uncovered Threadstar's plot, leading to Operation Starstrike. Also, she's Leah's mother. What? What are you talking about?
Let me explain. I discovered Threadstar's conspiracy all because of Leah. Leah was my daughter, a lovely girl. Unfortunately, she was sick and left me too soon. I always kept her little clothes by my bed, pretending she never left. I missed her dearly. Then one day, her clothes disappeared. A tiny PC appeared in their place. She turned to me and called me Mama. I thought this PC was a blessing from the gods, so I called her Leah. I cared for her fabric, we played, and I sang Leah's favorite song. Small flower braids in rows, the dreaming child with secrets glows. Ah, happy days. I always slept with a smile on my face, until she vanished too. Gone without a trace, like she never existed. I looked everywhere, but never found her. So I started investigating all the cases of missing PCs, hoping to find a clue. That's when I noticed Threadstar. The Kingdom Guards took it seriously, and Operation Starstrike succeeded. Threadstar was seemingly gone, but I still wasn't able to find my dear Leah. No matter where I looked, I never saw her again. Later, I left the guards and died alone, still searching for my baby girl. I was then reborn as a PC. This broken pocket watch stopped exactly at the time Leah left. I wear it always. I swore on it. Whether whole or broken, whether it takes a day or 100 years, I will find my Leah. After a while, I began sewing pieces of the victim PCs onto myself, piecing together their memories to find the truth. I've followed those memories ever since.
Threadstar kidnapped Leah and turned her into... That's why you were so emotional seeing Leora. You were sensing Leah.
Yes, those memories confused my mind, but I will never forget Leah's presence. Leah, my little Leah, I miss you so much.
Wind blows soft on the ridge, sending our sorrows off the bridge. Leah knows your voice.
I know. I followed Benny here because I suspected that over the decades, he's been helping Threadstar pick kidnapping targets.
Wait, so you think Benny is a member of Threadstar? That's why you attacked him?
Attack? I did chase him, but I didn't succeed.
How come?
What a liar. Benny wasn't at the fermentation zone his first day at the estate. I found him there, but that was early on the second morning.
Wait, that's the day after the first poisoning case. A whole entire day after Benny claimed he was attacked.
His first day hiding in the estate, I couldn't follow him inside. The next day, I followed him to the fermentation zone, trying to catch him. I was distracted by a noise, probably one of his accomplices. He escaped, and I wasn't able to attack him.
The so-called attack was just a setup. I understand now. We need to catch Benny quickly. Don't worry. Gordon asked Jenny to keep him locked up. Both he and Colleen have already been detained.
Unfortunately, the PC who attacked Julie used some forbidden power to strike from a distance. I didn't see them, so I can't be sure if it was Benny.
That's okay. You get some rest. I'll take it from here. I'm heading back to Ripple Estate to have a talk with them. Benny and Colleen are held in 2 nearby knock-knock cells. It also looks like the others found these shredded fabrics on Colleen, but she won't explain why she stole the suitcase. As for Benny, I have yet to see him. I heard he's insisting on his innocence and begging to leave the abandoned district. Suspecting an old friend must feel awful. Leora, if you ever need to talk, I'll be here for you. It's okay, Miss Nikki. After hearing about Miss Scarlet's investigation, I had some doubts about Benny. After all, if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have started renting costumes from Threadstar.
Huh? Didn't you start to suspect him when Threadstar got into trouble?
Threadstar was popular then, and their custom stage costumes were in high demand. Benny was a perfectionist and wanted me to rent a magical costume to boost my influence. It wasn't that strange to me. So just like I never told Juliet about these things, I never told Benny I was investigating Threadstar either. But I never expected to run into him here, right when we were tracking down Threadstar's remnants. Returning to the abandoned district after a long time, and running into so many accidents, it's hard not to be suspicious. Indeed. I've been afraid to face him because I'm worried I might get a bad answer. Leora, were you close to Benny in the past? Close? Yes, I suppose. As my agent, even though he was treated differently because of his facial scar, he always did his best to shield me from unwanted gatherings and fought for me to have more opportunities. I appreciated him. Benny said the scar was an old injury. Did he get it back then? No, it was even earlier. He was born from a torn piece of clothing. The owner of the clothing was a struggling actor who had an accident. It happened during a very dangerous performance. Both he and the costume were left with a permanent scar, and his dreams shattered. When I met Benny, he never really spoke about it, but kept washing himself and tidying the house, as if trying to repair every broken piece of his life. The pain from that accident, just like that scar, never faded from Benny's heart. Maybe because of this, he was a perfectionist and very strict with me, demanding I be a perfect star in everything I did. But he also cared for me a lot, like an older brother, ironing out every crease in my costume and making sure to tidy up my messy dressing table. At every performance, he stood backstage, applauded me, and gave me a bouquet of flowers. He wanted the spotlight on me even more than I did, as if the light could also heal his scars. Sorry for rambling. The most important thing to do now is to figure out what they're hiding. I think we can start by questioning him. If what I know about him isn't entirely based on lies, then he's not someone who's good at keeping secrets. All right, leave it to me. Momo, let's go ask Benny some questions.
You again? Detectives. Is it my turn to be treated like a suspect now?
This is just a routine inquiry in the investigation, Benny. If you're truly innocent, I recommend that you cooperate fully and answer my questions seriously. Where were you when we were chasing Colleen in the Ripple wine cellar? Were you her accomplice in stealing the suitcase? If you have nothing to hide, why were you in such a hurry to pack and escape?
I had no idea you were chasing Colleen. How would I even know where I was at the time? As for stealing the suitcase, wasn't that after I was knocked out? I was hit by that jittery, patchy PC as soon as I arrived. How could I have had time to steal anything? If it weren't for Colleen and Pommy finding me, I'd be dead. you wouldn't even have the chance to suspect me here. Don't waste time on me. Go after that patchy PC. As for stealing the suitcase, wasn't that after I was knocked out? I was hit by that jittery, patchy PC as soon as I arrived. How could I have had time to steal anything? Why are you showing me this? Sure, I'm not successful in my career, but I don't take on just anything that comes along. Let me out of here! As for stealing the suitcase, wasn't that after I was knocked out? I was hit by that jittery, patchy PC as soon as I arrived. How could I have had time to steal anything?
Benny, I'm afraid that what you don't know is that we've already spoken with that patchy PC you mentioned.
What? That's impossible. That thing can't even form a complete sentence. How could you possibly...
Miss Scarlet has finally regained her senses. She's not some evil PC like you tried to frame her as. In fact, it's the opposite. You're the suspect, and that's why she's been chasing you all along. According to her testimony, your alibi doesn't hold up. In truth, all that evidence was a lie you and Colleen came up with, wasn't it? If I deduced correctly, your arrival time in the abandoned district is accurate. Wendy can confirm that much, so you couldn't have faked it. But everything after that? Completely fabricated. The day you arrived, you went straight to the Ripple Estate to meet up with Colleen and set your plan to steal the suitcase.
Colleen poisoned the detergent, and you stole the suitcase. She poisoned herself so she wouldn't be a suspect for the suitcase theft.
Exactly. After stealing it, you left the estate and met with Colleen in the fermentation zone. She always said she had a habit of doing her research at night. But once you left the estate grounds, Miss Scarlet spotted you again. Thanks to Colleen's help, you managed to escape. After that, the two of you chose to stage a fake attack scene to frame Miss Scarlet. That way, everyone at the estate would be on guard against her. She couldn't keep following you in the estate, and you had your unconscious all-day alibi.
Now I get it. Even though Colleen and Pommy found you together the day before, the only one who claimed to have seen you unconscious there was Colleen herself.
In reality, you never went to the fermentation zone that first day. Colleen brought Pommy to find you on purpose, making her testimony seem credible.
That's quite a clever conclusion. But sorry, I'm just a failed talent scout. I don't get all the twists of this case, and I'm not interested in your detective games. I have no idea why that lunatic PC suddenly started spouting all this. The only thing I know is that she kept chasing and attacking me, and caused me a lot of trouble. If you insist on believing that maniac and refuse to believe me, well then, I've got nothing more to say. Suit yourselves.
What do we do, Nikki? He still won't confess. If he keeps insisting Miss Scarlet is lying, we can't really prove otherwise.
I would rather believe Miss Scarlet's testimony, but with both sides telling a different story, we can't use this as evidence to convince Benny. Let's talk to Colleen again. If we can prove she gave Benny false testimony, we can completely shatter their lies.
So, now
you've sent a human in this little yellow furball. I'm not in the mood to talk.
Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since you had the guts to steal Madame Julie's suitcase, you should have been prepared for the truth to eventually reveal itself. Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and tell us your reasoning for stealing the suitcase. You're so gentle with the birds, so why stay loyal to a cruel organization like Dreadstar?
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid for my own safety, that's all. I didn't steal anything. Little birds, Dreadstar. I don't know a thing about them. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy. She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? Little birds, Dreadstar. I don't know a thing about them. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do? You just show me this. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? Little birds, Dreadstar. I don't know a thing about them. Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got Little birds, Dreadstar. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me?
Did it?
Little birds, Dreadstar. I don't know a thing about them. You just show me this Little birds, Dreadstar. I don't know a thing about them. I've heard the name Julie.
Fucking this
Some
one.
kind of sovereign of sex. You just show me this. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy. She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me?
It's the first.
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing...
Those scraps were found in your possession.
Just some cloth scraps. I use them to test detergents. What? Is there a rule against bringing your own scraps to Ripple Estate?
If they were really just scraps for testing detergent, why did you keep carrying them while running away? Even when you were cornered, you still wouldn't let them go.
I'm a professional detergent bar owner. I have my reasons.
Besides, you suddenly chased me. I didn't have time to think about what I was carrying. If you can't prove where these scraps came from, stop wasting my time. Besides, I'm a professional detergent bar owner. I have my reasons. If you can't prove where these scraps came from, stop wasting my time. I hate repeating my... If you can't prove where these scraps came
Oh my
from,
God.
stop wasting my time. Colleen, does this piece look familiar? We found it near Madame Julie's suitcase at Golden Fields, the one you didn't manage to take. If we compare this piece with the scraps we found on you, it will prove they're the same fabric. Or do you need to see a lab report before you'll admit... I actually left a piece behind. Looks like you just admitted to being the suitcase thief. Now, one more question. Benny was your accomplice, wasn't he? His so-called coma was just your cover. He was never attacked at all, was he? And what does it matter if I am the suitcase thief? Give it up. I'll never tell you anything else. As for Benny, I'd never seen him before I came here, and I'd never bother faking evidence for him. That total neat freak. I can't even be bothered to talk to him, let alone go out of my way to help him. Why bother asking?
Ah. Fucking liar.
So, now you... Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and tell it... Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign. You just show me that... I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? You just show me this random...
Oh my... What the fuck?
So, now... Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since you had the guts to steal Madame Julie's suitcase, you should have been prepared for the truth to eventually reveal itself. Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and... Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid for my own safety, that's all. I didn't steal anything. Little birds, Threadstar. I don't know a thing about them. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me?
You just show me. I've heard the name.
Okay. Again.
So now you've sent a human.
Go over these things.
Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate and
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid from my little birds. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? You just show me this. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her. You just show me. I've heard the name.
Oh, stupid interrogation things.
So now you've sent a human.
Colleen, refusing to talk won't help. Since you had the guts to Since things have progressed this far, you might as well cooperate.
Steal a suitcase? Nonsense. You were chasing me so fiercely that I got scared and hid from my little bird. I've heard the name Julie, though. Some kind of sovereign of sexy? She delayed her trip. What does that have to do with me? Let's steal a suitcase.
Right.
Nonsense. You were chasing.
Those scraps...
Just some...
If they were really just scraps for testing detergent.
I'm a professional Besides, if you can't prove where these scraps came from...
Colleen, does this piece look... If we compare this piece with the scraps we found... Looks like you just admitted to being the suitcase thief. Now, Benny was your accomplice, wasn't he? His so-called coma was just your cover.
And what does it matter if I am the suitcase thief? Give it up. I'll never tell you anything else. As for Benny, I'd never seen him before I came here. That total neat freak. I can't even be bothered to talk to him, let alone... As for Benny, I'd never seen him before I came here, and I'd never bother faking evidence for him.
Benny's notes say he often visits the Nightshade Lounge, the very one you own, Colleen. He even pays monthly tabs. A hands-on bar owner that goes as far as to personally test detergents, and even carries around test fabric scraps just in case. And yet you claim to never have met someone who's obviously a regular customer of theirs. What a liar.
That fool. Of all the things, how could he drop this page? Stupid. Utterly stupid.
It's over, Colleen. No denying it now. You and Benny were a team, poisoning the Dawn's first light detergent just to steal that suitcase. Why? What is this golden vision? Why kidnap so many PCs? Why target Madam... Don't you think enough PCs died already? Colleen, it's not too late. Tell us the truth, and we can stop more PCs from being lost.
Fine, I do know, Benny. But just like you said, it's nothing more than a bar owner and a regular. I'd never risk faking evidence for a customer. And even if he came fairly often, I never liked that man.
What do we do, Nikki? This is the most stubborn PC I've ever seen. She's still not...
If she refuses to talk, we have no way to keep investigating. Momo, we need to find a flaw in her collaboration with Ben. Maybe we can start... Could Benny's journal page reveal more clues? We need to prove that his connection with Colleen goes beyond just a bar owner and a customer.
Huh? But we only have this single page, and it's all about Benny's work. There's nothing that shows any link to Colleen.
Back then, we thought Benny's notes were on the potential talent he was scouting. Now it looks like the targets he researched were probably kidnapping victims. Think carefully. How are we going to prove that the story about being attacked and discovered was actually a I've got it! Colleen, could you please describe the state you found Benny in for us? If you are both telling the truth about what happened, both of your stories should...
Didn't I already explain when I brought that PC back? Oh, you know I hate repeating myself.
I don't just want the broad story, I need the details. For example, what was the weather like that day? What scent of detergent did the fermentation zone smell like? And what could... Come on, Colleen. Answer these few questions and I won't bother you.
That early morning. Actually, the very morning of the Dawn's first light chaos. I went to check the fermentation zone and saw a buttonfoot and a white glove coming from the wooden barrel house. The weather was just normal. The air carried the scent of aroma lily, which gave me a headache. As for Benny, I thought he was just a worker resting, so I didn't pay much attention. I had no idea it was him.
Then the next day, you brought Pommy with you, and he was still there. Pommy checked, and that's when you realized it was Benny, knocked out from the attack?
Correct. But you already know that, don't you? The morning after the poisoning incident, the weather was fine, and the air smelled of flight fruit. He was lying in the exact same spot, still unconscious. Just one blow to the back of the head, and he is out that long. How pathetic. Now, is that enough? Don't bother me anymore.
Come on, is this ever going to end? I want to go home, you hear me?
Benny, we have one final question. If you can answer it honestly, please describe your experience of being attacked and knocked out, and when Colleen and Pommy found you. What was the weather like that day? What scent of detergent did the fermentation zone smell like? What condition were...
Questions, questions. Why so many questions? I already told you. I arrived that very morning when the Dawn's first light incident happened. It was still dark when I reached the estate. I got lost for a while before I found the fermentation zone, and then ran into that sneaky PC. As for the weather, it was pitch dark. Who knows what the weather was like? The scent? Probably something like wool fruit. I was really tired at the time. I just wanted to ask for directions.
Is that all true? Because that's not at all what Colleen said. Take a closer look. Her account of the first time she saw you doesn't match yours at all.
What? It should match. I was just lying there unconscious.
You noticed too, right? She said the fermentation zone smelled of aroma lily, but you said wool fruit. If I didn't know any better, I'd say one of you wasn't there.
I just...
Benny, don't you think it's a bit too late to change your story and say the scent was aroma lily? Aroma lily's smell is so distinct. No one would believe your side of the story now. The fermentation zone always starts releasing the scent of that day's ingredients after 3 a.m., but you and Colleen described completely different smells. If you're not lying, then how do you explain that?
No, I just made a mistake. I didn't... No, I never smelled anything. You pressured me into saying something, so I just blurted it out. Wait, I remember. I remember now. It wasn't past 3 a.m. when I arrived. I got to the abandoned district by 2 a.m., so I wasn't lost that long. I wandered a bit after that, of course, but not for long. Then I saw that crazy PC's pocket watch. It read 2:30.
You made a huge mistake, Benny. You keep trying to frame Ms. Scarlet, but you don't know her story, or the spirit and the sheer willpower behind her pursuit. That pocket watch was broken from the start. It's forever stuck at 11:18, the time Miss Scarlet lost her daughter.
Broken? Always broken? Lost her daughter. No, I don't understand.
Her daughter was murdered by Threadstar. You couldn't have seen 2:30 on that watch, so you're lying. Benny, I suggest you confess. It's over, Benny. Time to admit you lied.
We already know your background. You're both Threadstar's villains, sent to the abandoned district to carry out the Golden Vision, right?
This is your last chance to redeem yourself. Tell us why you stole the suitcase, and why you tried to kill Madame Julie. And stop working for Threadstar.
Come clean and we'll go easy on you. If you're honest, you'll get a lighter sentence.
No. Prison? Impossible. I have no idea what you're talking about. What Threadstar? What about killing Julie? I don't know anything. As for the scent in the pocket watch, who knows? Maybe I just misread it.
You're just the type who won't cry until death's staring you right in the face.
What evidence do you have that proves I work for Threadstar? Show me! How can you verify that I helped Colleen steal the suitcase? You caught her, right? You should find the suitcase and the cloth on her. If so, then lock her up!
You're ruthless. Your ally doesn't matter to you at all?
Why should I care about what happens to her? I just want to go home already. I don't want to stay in this place for another moment! Go away, detective. Without solid evidence, don't expect to hear another word from me!
Nikki, looks like they're both refusing to cooperate. We should figure out our next move. Phew. These two are hard to deal with. They're starting to crack, but they still won't confess.
Don't lose hope, Momo. At least we know they're partners now. Benny's so-called attack probably aligns with my theory. It's just a story they made up. Threadstar must have sent a few members to the abandoned district to carry out the Golden Vision.
Well, what exactly is the Golden Vision? And why would they want to hurt Madame Julie so badly? What should we do now, Detective Nikki? Their lips are totally zipped. Not even a hint. How are we supposed to piece the story together when we have no clues at all?
Hold on. Like I've said before, no matter how perfect a crime seems, if you look closely enough, cracks will always show. Bad seeds only grow bad fruit. I doubt that we're going to get any more information from Colleen. She would rather confess to stealing the suitcase and accept being punished than tell us what really happened.
Oh. Colleen is a pretty tough cookie, you know that? I mean, even if I pulled out my razor-sharp claws, I don't think she would be fazed in the slightest. She's just that...
But there might still be a chance with Benny. He's desperately denying it, and he insists there isn't any evidence. But if we find solid proof, we might crack him. Unfortunately, the assassination attempt on Madame Julie has no witnesses, and it's hard to find clues from the Esslings. That route probably won't work.
Should we start with the missing suitcase case?
Yeah. If we can prove that Benny stole the suitcase during all of the detergent poisoning chaos, he won't be able to deny it. And if we can prove Benny's a member of Threadstar, identifying his motive, he probably won't have much of an argument.
Makes sense. Detective Nikki, where do you think would be the very best place to start looking for evidence? Your trusty assistant Momo is here and ready to go whenever you need me. Just point me in the right direction and I'll get on it right away.
Whether it's Threadstar or Benny, the PCs in the abandoned district might not be familiar with them. We'll probably find clues asking guests from Sichia. How about we start by talking to... Leora. Since Benny was once Cersei's agent, she must know Benny's past better than nearly anyone else around.
Alright, let's get going. With Nikki on the case, we've got this.
Uh-oh, you got it wrong. No, I know I'm right. It's not looking like, but you're different. Which one of us is he?
I just need to do one event.
But I don't know which of the seeds will bloom. Who will be the sorceress to get through the storm? There's only one seed for a life. That's from As Rain Falls, As Flowers Bloom, right? It feels so different from what Madame Julia was. That line only appeared in the premiere. I rewrote it later on. Benny really liked it. Back then, I always liked to oppose things he liked on purpose. After all, he could be pretty harsh. When I first arrived in Sichia, I felt like a bird finally flying far away. But Benny said little birds are light. Sometimes it's not that they flew far, but that the wind blew them away.
Wow. That was...
He's always been stubborn. How is the interrogation going? We managed to expose Benny and Cooline's lies, and even piece together how they teamed up. It's too bad. Without concrete evidence, they just keep denying everything. Leora, do you recall there being any connection between Benny and Threads? Back then, I was so focused on researching performance costumes that I distanced myself from almost everyone. After becoming a PC, however, back when Mr. Leon was still human, he often rented costumes from him. I even saw the two of them discussing the details backstage before my... And Mr. Leon has always lived in Sichia. As a victim, he must remember the news when Threadstar was taken.
Makes sense. Knowing him, he'd definitely jump at the chance to be interviewed and go on and on about how he was the...
Thank you, Leora. Sorry to trouble you with these... It's okay. I've asked myself over and over, if Benny is a criminal, I won't let him off. When I was helping prepare for the Ripple Estate soiree stage, I heard that Mr. Leon was planning to rehearse near Barrel Grove
Nikki, what should we do?
I want to ask Tommy first. If it's about Threadstar...
Makes sense. Let's go find...
Write it all down! Even if I don't make the headlines, at least give me a sidebar mention. Hey! Why, if it isn't Nick... Oh, thanks to you, I was able to dig up the tune that Cersei used to whistle. A melancholy girl gazing at the wheat fields.
It means you're really talented to dig up such details. I wonder if you know Benny just...
That guy only has Madame Julie and Cersei on his mind.
Ha! Don't underestimate me! In just a few days, I was able to uncover nearly all the secrets held by those folks from Sichia. Everyone, except, of course, for the mysterious Leora. But that's only a...
Please, tell us.
Benny? He was a great talent scout who made Cersei famous back in the day. They were both incredibly close to each other. When Cersei won the Golden Sichia Best New Artist Award, Benny cried so hard backstage he couldn't even... Ever since Cersei unexpectedly died, his career dried up. Now, even the drink shop thinks he's bad luck and won't hire him.
Yikes! That workplace environment...
After all, his temper and the scar on his face didn't win him any favors. Not to mention...
Prison?
I remember it had something to do with Threadstar. That briefing was stolen by Mr. Lee. He shouted, "Oh, the ink upon every single one of the newspapers will forever be my stage! I can't wait to get to Barrel Grove and share my art again!" After declaring that, he left. Who knew that even columnists have to watch out for robberies too? I'll be avoiding him from now on.
Sounds like something Mr. Leon would do. I think we should avoid him too.
Mr. Leon was also at the scene when the suitcase was stolen. Although he was caught up in a hallucination at the time, Maybe now he can remember the more overlooked details.
Ugh. If he's off performing some one-man show again, then it looks like we'll be in for a real dramatic time. Ugh. Let's just go wait for him near the Barrel Grove.
Oh, this world is even sadder than the drapes at the back.
Mr. Leon, sorry to bother you. Did you see...
Benny? No, I didn't see him. Why? Do you think he was the one who stole this? He doesn't honestly think that a few scraps of cloth will cover that broken face of his and hide his shameful...
You seem to know Benny's...
Of course! It all starts... A boy more fragile than an unfinished script. When he arrived in Sichi, even though he had already become a piece of living art, that era of foolishness trailed. On snowy nights, his monologues put the basement's hairband slugs to sleep. The applause that should have followed. Until one day, a kind gentleman gave him a gift, powerful enough to shake the world. He knew everything has a price. Nightmares, pain. He went back to perform the fool's submission again, but he fell, forever left upon the platform leading to his
Could that man be from Threadstar? Ugh. So they used everyone's dreams and it cost your life. But,
Dear audience, don't be like those who know nothing of art, ready to tear away fate's every scene. Intermission time! Shall we have a little preview of Act 2? Look at you. Such furious faces. Surely you've seen through the gods' twisted little trick. Such pitiful jealousy. Too afraid to let the true starlight fall upon me. Sending that evil messenger, Benny, with fake generosity and kindness, politely selling costumes to me, all secretly marked with the price.
I mean, Benny was Cersei's only agent. I never suspected that he could possibly be one of the culprits behind selling all those stage costumes. This is truly shocking. And now it's clear.
This is exactly the evidence we're looking for. Mr. Leon, thank you for your help. I never expected that you too were hurt by Threadstar, and never got to perform your solo.
It's fine, it's fine. Every step on stage I make now is rehearsal. All in preparation. Just wait and see. The boy who fell on the platform will be back, carrying all the scripts rejected to expose...
Nikki, can we finally take down Benny now? Let's expose Threadstar's whole scheme and reveal the truth behind everything.
This suggests a link between Benny and Threadstar, but we'll still need solid proof that he's the one who stole the suitcase if we want to expose his...
But no one suspected Benny when we investigated the suitcase theft case before. Where'd you...
Miss Nikki. There were plenty of audience members obediently seated under the stage that day.
You mean... Oh, right! We questioned Squeaky and Belford, but we got caught up with running around. Maybe she'll link Benny to stealing the suitcase.
Then what are we waiting for? Come on, let's...
The wind is picking up. Momo, be careful. Don't blow away.
It's just a light breeze. I'm not worried at all.
I think I was here. And Leora, are you recalling what happened the day the suitcase was stolen? Miss Nikki, yes. While you were all busy with the questioning, I just stood by doing nothing. I felt so ashamed. I thought that if I could That's fine. In fact, we were thinking the same thing. We came to hear more about that. Of course. As always, the first to receive the dawn's first light that morning were the on-duty staff, so they would be able to quickly return. After I applied it and was about to head back, I noticed some staff were already showing symptoms. I had a bad feeling, so when I arrived, I saw Squeaky pressing juice there. She's usually really energetic, but at that...
If you say so, it really sounds like she must have already been hallucinating back then. She was talking about flying fruits, runaway bags.
At the same time, I saw Belford approaching. He carried a bunch of detergents, but was already on... It sounds like Belford was about to hallucinate. I wanted to help him, but I quickly started to feel dizzy. Lots of detergent spilled. The smell... Oh, this must be the fragrant fireworks Belford told us about. But then I started hallucinating too. I can only remember some fragments. A yellow bulkhead with 2 blue-purple horns, wearing a blue-purple jewel on his neck. Well, I thought the bulkhead might charge. While dodging it, I bumped into a sack, and I think I may...
Do you think that bulkhead could be Belford? I remember his yellow hat having 2 blue-purple patterns.
That's a possibility. Then
You'd rather have perfect wheat fields than accept the Barasant I bring!
something like that.
That has to be Mr. Leon. I think your version of this line is better than...
That was him. I was startled then. I saw the bulkhead run away, felt danger was coming, and left. It looks to me like both you and Squeaky were scared off by Mr. Leon's shout. When I came to my senses, I was at a remote water spot, soaked through, and there was... So that's what happened. We met the other witnesses Leora mentioned to us, but I can't shake the There should have been one more PC there. The thief. They couldn't have disappeared without a trace. But what exactly feels wrong? Don't rush things, Miss Nikki. Maybe we can simulate an interrogation. Treat me like a suspect. Find any inconsistencies in my... Great idea! Ready, Miss Nikki? Leora, could you please describe again what happened nearby that day? Especially the part where you saw Squeaky and Belford. Not a problem. When I arrived here, Squeaky seemed already caught up in hallucinations, pressing juice with wild agitation. Belford was on the other side, transporting detergent but already unstable. I tried to help, but felt dizzy and accidentally bumped into him, spilling the Got it. Leora testified that she bumped into Belford and accidentally spilled detergent all over the place. Since both of the hallucinating PCs left after that happened, there's no way they could have neatly arranged. But last time we investigated here, we saw someone stood the bottles back up, and that PC who did so is very likely this one's... Why do you think it's Benny? I'm not sure you remember, but I mentioned when Benny was my agent, he was incredibly attentive. Help scripts I carelessly left around would be stacked neatly, and any makeup I may have spilled on my desk would be arranged, just like these detergent bottles. I should mention, this detergent scent is the one Benny used. We often see Benny washing his hands. It seems he always carries detergent. Yeah, although this fragrance he usually uses is quite common and very mild. When placed alongside these other nearly scentless detergent bottles here, you can... Moreover, only this bottle has been slightly used, and the bottle's cap has an extra seal ring inside of it. If Benny stole the suitcase, after doing the dirty work of lockpicking, he'd want detergent to... I now suspect that the big sack I accidentally bumped into, after being startled by Mr. Leon... Benny was washing his hands while he was also startled by Mr. Leon. That's definitely possible. But so far, it's just speculation.
Exactly. And since this detergent is so common, Benny could easily blame another piece.
I think we'll need to dig a little deeper. This interrogation simulation has been really helpful to us, Leora. If you can keep assisting us while we clear... It would be my... ready, Miss Nick? If this bottle of detergent with a different scent really was dropped by Benny... I see. In that case, when Benny was looking for the detergent that he had dropped, he tidied up the spilled bottles by force of habit. But if he had... Indeed. In his case, not having detergent is probably as bad as not wearing clothes. I think maybe he did take a bottle of detergent, just the wrong one. Miss Nikki, what do you think? This might not be really... I think maybe he did take a bottle of detergent, just the wrong one. Miss Nikki, what do you think?
New pineapple paradise. Lollipop, all 5 cans.
Right, all these bottles are the same. Maybe we hurriedly put another bottle by
Could you
mistake.
please describe again what...
Detective Nikki.
Not a problem.
Indeed.
Belford was on the other side, transporting detergent, but already unstable. I tried to help, but felt... You think...
I think maybe he did take a bottle of detergent, just the wrong one. Miss Nikki, what do you think? I remember Belford mentioned that the only detergent he's been transporting recently is the Super Duper Pond detergent. I see. Since the bottles all look alike, and the scent difference is minimal, it doesn't surprise... Even if Benny did grab the Super Duper Pond detergent, then if he's already thrown away that bottle, we can't Maybe we can find supporting evidence from other testimony. Have other witnesses seen anyone with a distinctive appearance in their hallucinations? Like how I saw a sack with a big tear.
Distinctive appearance in their hallucinations. Like how I saw a sack with a big tear.
Squeaky said she saw a big sack split open after being scared by another noisy sack. Maybe what she... That's definitely possible. Looks like I'm not the only one who saw a So the truth has been right in front of us all along.
Great! Now we have both the detergent he dropped and the descriptions mentioned in everyone's testimony. Nikki, can we go interrogate Benny now?
I'm still a bit worried. Will these ambiguous pieces of evidence really make him confess? I also feel something's missing. From what I understand of Benny, the more stressful the situation...
We've seen that behavior before. Even with a mountain of evidence, he just keeps arguing. Hey!
Huh, you could say that. In the ruthless entertainment world, it was a skill he really... Given his personality, when faced with this evidence, he'll probably claim he was poisoned and ran to the scene, but he'll firmly deny touching the suitcase. Yeah, I can picture that. Looks like we need solid proof to show he did actually come into contact with Madame Julie's suitcase. Leora, please help me one more time. Just one last interrogation simulation.